Alright, this is 27 part B. The graphs of two exponential functions are shown where f of x is equal to a b to the x and g of x is equal to c times d to the x. What are the possible values for a, b, c, and d given that f of x is equal to a b to the x and g of x is equal to c d to the x? So a couple things we know right off the bat. We know that here we know that a has to be positive because the graph is above the x-axis. It's an exponential decay and it's starting positive and the output is always positive. Likewise, we know that c is negative. So when I look at my answer choices, I'm just going to do this by process of elimination. I'm going to look for my only possibilities are the ones with a positive and c negative. Let's see if I can eliminate anything here. So a is positive, that eliminates this one. C is negative, that eliminates this one. So this one's out just by that. I also know that these are both exponential decay, and this is decaying very quickly. This is decaying a lot more slowly, which tells me that the base, the b or the d, tells me that these two, this going slower than this one, tells me that b has to be greater than d. So this has to be a small number because it's decaying so quickly. When you multiply by a small number over and over again, you get things to decrease quickly. So I'm going to look down here and see which ones is b bigger than d. Well, that fact eliminates this. This is negative, so it's greater than, but it's not going to decay any faster just because it's negative. And this one, b is bigger than d. So we've eliminated all of these. It has to be d. Just to double check, I'm actually going to just use those parameters to type in a function in my graphing calculator. So f of x is equal to 4 times 0.75 to the x. That's my first function. And g of x is equal to negative 9 times 0.3 to the x. That's my second function. So let's see if I get a graph that looks like I was given. It does look like that. I'm just going to double check that I've got them in the right order. So I'm going to trace. This one up here is 4 times 0.75 to the x. That makes a 4 and b 0.75. A is 4 and b is 0.75. Okay, so it's definitely D.